Hello everyone, and welcome back. Actually, welcome to XCOM Chimera Squad. Can't say welcome back because I scrapped the playthrough of this. Because I made it up to Sacred Coil's last mission. And then I rage quit. Because I started on this first. Then I went to XCOM Enemy Within. Then after I finished Enemy Within, I looked back at this and I was like, this game doesn't scale as well. Like, you end up getting minor increases to your damage. Like, for example, you upgrade your weapons, plus 1 damage, compared to, going from like a regular shotgun to a beam shotgun. Or from a beam shotgun to a plasma shotgun. It just feels lackluster. So I might have modified the scripts a bit for this, which means this is going to be an entirely cheated playthrough. Because I want to do this, but I don't want to put up with the whole BS of how much things cost. Wasting turns constantly just to get stuff. Especially when there was the panic system. And then, of course, the whole damage thing. Definitely made weapon damage go up a bit. Definitely made things cost less, take less time. So yeah. Also, what else did I do? I can't really change the general annoyances that bother me about this. Because XCOM 2 had some annoying new mechanics added to it. But this has some really annoying mechanics. Like the whole reinforcement system in this is just not fun. Especially added with the whole timeline. The timeline system is hit or miss. Cause yeah, XCOM Enemy Within was you go first, enemy goes first. Unless you move too far and then discover the enemy before they went first. Then they technically go twice because they'll free move once discovered, followed by they'll active so they can just remove and shoot you easy. But yeah, besides that, Second Chimera Squad uses a turn system. That's basically like, say, first character go first, then Aryan, then second character, then more Aryans, then third character, then another Aryan. Like that. It's a bit irritating. There are characters that can manipulate the timeline, which helps. But for like when the reinforcements show up, it's fucking bullshit. Cause like, okay, you dealt with these enemies. Some of them you might be dealing with enemies, and then more enemies just show up because, well, you don't have enough damage to take out all the enemies before reinforcements show up. And in some cases, it's like, oh well, here's 3 more reinforcements, and yeah, like also when trying to evac. Okay, well, there's 3 more reinforcements, and they're all over the turn order, so basically they're going to get free shots of your characters that you're trying to run out of the area. Because, yeah, it's not like Enemy Within with the whole, okay, we got the target out, the mission's over. Now we have to make our squad also get out. Well, the enemy just constantly pours in reinforcements. And on some maps, that's utter BS because the enemy will just constantly reinforce, and you have to go all the way across like an entire highway just to get to the evac point. And yeah, it's tedious and annoying. So there's that. You can't really stop the fight because, well, the enemy's just constantly reinforcing. But if you don't stop the fight, well, the enemy's just constantly shooting you, and you're dead. It's, yeah, that's sort of irritating. Anyway, before we start the game, I just want to get my rant out. Just, yeah. I can remember watching Defin play this, and I remember not being that bad. I remember him took a while before it started reaching a decent point. I guess, you know, once you figure out how squad composition works, the turn orders, all that, it gets better. But what doesn't get better is upgrading things. Yay, plus 1 more damage. Enemy has 8 or 9 health. So it's still gonna take 2 to 3 shots. And then there's 4 other guys with 8 to 9 health. Yeah, it's just that sort of tedious. It's not like, hey, you start the game. Okay, here's some centaurs with 3 health, and you should be able to handle it. Your squaddies have shit aim, but you should be able to handle it, right? You do at least 4 to 5 damage. Yeah, this is like, eh. The one thing I really want to modify is the stun chance of the subdue. Subdue pisses me off in this. It's like, okay, it's like, for example, the arc thrower. Like, you can make the arc thrower better later on. This subdue, you require a certain, I think, tactical frame for weapons to make your subdue do more damage, but yeah, subdue's like 2 to 3 damage. Most all enemies have at least potentially 3 or higher health. So yeah, well, unless you get them down to 2, it's a bit BS because you'll be like it should be a solid damage number instead of 2 to 3. Because then you have to basically go up to an enemy and, well, I was trying to subdue. You did 2 damage, he's still alive. And then he shoots you in the face because you wasted your turn trying to subdue. Which led to a lot of save staying in a previous playthrough because, yeah, I'm not a fan of that subdue system. I mean, I guess it's balanced because it's a 100% chance that, well, is that a complete 100% chance? Not entirely sure on that. But yeah, just, well, can't capture him because we failed and now he gets a free turn because the timeline. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of Chimera Squad. I have cheated the stats and everything to be a lot easier. We could have just played on easy, but even still. So yeah, when we get back, we'll start on this. Okay, so what we have? We have story, you know, easy mode. For, you know, your game journalist, basically. Players new to tactical games who just want to experience the game's narrative. You have normal for players familiar with tactical games. Challenging but fair. Bullshit. It's not fair at all. It's not fair at all. Let's see, we could go Iron Man if we wanted to fuck everything up. Expert, impossible. Without any mission resources. The campaign series deleted. Yeah, sure. That's almost worse than Iron Man. Okay, this one doesn't make sense. Adds 5 levels to the city, I don't know, decreasing the strategic difficulty of the game. Would it be increasing the strategic difficulty if there's already 5 levels to that? I'll do the tutorial subtitles. Also this one. He'll be any between encounters. To be fair, I'm not bothered by that so much. Like, yeah, you could turn the healing off, half heal. You could get full heal. The thing is, a full heal between encounters. I think that's between the breach encounters. It doesn't say that, though. A full heal would sort of negate, like, certain abilities where you can heal during encounters. I think we'll just keep it half heal. Anyway, well, let's roll the dice, see how things go.
2 minutes out.
Hey, Godmother. Is this like the old days? I
XCOM swooping in and taking it to the bad guys?
I wouldn't know.
Not really.
I spent most of the war training resistance networks.
Like mine. And for your many, long years of service.
Watch it.
XCOM attaches you to an untested squad and pushes it into the field before it's ready. How is this not like the old days?
I'm just happy to be here. I missed out during the war. Wish I could have pulled my weight.
For which side, exactly?
I find that very hurtful.
Sure thing, Advent.
We are through the checkpoint.
I was never actually Advent.
But they were fitting you for a blocky helmet.
Stow it, both of you. We're here. 3-1 PD gave us the all clear. Grab your gear and prepare to move in.
So, basically we're an experimental, multi-raced police detachment.
Whisper, what's your status?
And what's Verge's ETA?
Comms are working, obviously. Verge is en route.
How? Verge can't drive.
He hailed the cap.
To a hostage situation?
Focus. Whisper,
Okay, I
any
get that
surprises in the
somehow.
next room?
A handful of hostiles, unaware of your approach.
Chimera squad, take positions. Prep for breach.
But yeah, also the name makes sense if you think about, because a chimera is basically a multi-headed. Well, like, has different parts of numerous species, which makes sense because you know, like we have humans, we have Advent, which are hybrid. Because you know, the theories were all about mixing that genetic DNA around. Like how the Enterprise community within is all talking about how humans have what we need. A body that has physical capabilities and mental capabilities. Yeah, and that's come to, they sort of mixed human DNA with Centaurs, making Centaurs look that weirdish pink spooky looking thing compared to, you know, just regular gray aliens that had limited mental capabilities. They have a lot more mental capabilities in XCOM 2. Then I don't really like to consider them Centaurs because, you know, they're not the little tiny gray aliens that squeaked. But yeah, basically, this here's after XCOM 2. Well, yeah, we drove out the Ethereals, we saved the world again, and yeah, the only problem though is all the aliens, which are left on Earth, most of them, so they had to sort of adapt and live together with the humans. It's one of the, it's sort of like how, yeah, I can compare it to Half-Life 2 with the Vortigons are stuck on Earth, along with other potential aliens just living there, because wherever they're gonna go. But yeah, Chimera Squad begins every mission by setting up at breach points to get the jump on enemies. Preview the enemies that are present at each breach point and modifiers that will be applied, then assigned agents to the available slots to determine the order they'll enter the fight. So basically, we have 3 people right now. You assign them all, and successful shots on an enemy to a crit. There's at least 3 enemies behind this door. Inside,
Reaching in!
anyway. So, firstly, I'm pretty sure we should shoot that guy. Cycle through targets with tab and left shift to. Then use select a barrier with enter. Well, that one's actually alert, so probably take that one out. Oh shit. Oh, so yeah. I forgot to check my stats. I think I might have ended up with my stats higher than they should be. Pinpoint. What the fuck's from pinpoint? Yeah, 160% crit. The fuck's pinpoint? Flanking target, yeah, raise flanking target up to 50%. Crit, it's a shotgun, so yes. But pinpoint? The fuck's pinpoint? Yeah, it's gonna be a bit ridiculous for a while. Pinpoint, though. The fuck is pinpoint? I need to look that up. Pinpoint. I guess our success for shots and enemies would do crit. Oh yeah, the crit damage thing. So that's what that explains it. My bad. Wasn't paying attention. 46 damage. Yeah, because that's the pistol damage, right? Nope, that's submachine. Okay.
Hello. I am Mayor Nightingale.
Is that our hostage?
Welcome to City 31's Memorial Museum.
It's just a recording.
As I often say, the lessons from our past inform the present.
Blah, blah, blah. History.
Focus.
So yeah, basically, yeah, you could compare it all to Half-Life, the whole... Apparently we're just going to use city as the name of a city, you know? Like City 31, City 17. Because, you know, coming up with names for things, complicated. Just call it the city and give it a number. So agents and enemies take their turn one at a time. The current place in the turn order can be seen on the unit flag above their head and next to the portrait in the timeline, which both update after each turn. Agents have 2 action points each turn to use for movement shooting abilities. Look for blue shield to move to cover for defensive bonus before shooting on move out to flank the enemy for a better chance to hit. So yeah, it's the timeline. The timeline gives me so much mixed feelings. Because I would prefer if it was just, you know, if we just went from, you know, our turn, then the alien's turn, or trooper's turn. Instead, it's our hit Cherub's turn, trooper's turn, Godmother's turn, trooper's turn. Which makes it more complicated. Also, I do like the museum. There's a ethereal statue. Not entirely sure what that is.
Cities such as this one suffered casualty rates of nearly 90%. Despite the loss,
That was a
what came
chrysalis,
next
obviously.
proved even worse.
That's one of those things from the first game. And technically they were in XCOM 2 in the War of the Chosen with the whole
In
lost
2015,
thing.
the people of Earth suffered an extraterrestrial.
So yeah. Anyway, welcome to Tactical Decisions. For example, we can move to a realm. Who's going next in the turn order? You. Ah, apparently we can't see him. Cool. Well, let's Overwatch on these two. So which one's going next? Is it you?
Expunging target.
Ow. Okay, 73% chance. See, now its batch is sort of normal. Aim might be a bit high, but that could be my doing. I may have made aim a bit high.
Human cities such as this one suffered casualty rates
Hostile down.
90%.
The rest of you surrender.
And damage could be a bit high too, but... Stop
I'm
shooting
hit.
God.
Still up.
Anything I can do?
For some reason they didn't give her the berry to hell yet, so... And for some reason you don't have sight. How do you not have sight around the corner?
The Elders. The
I'm now
alien
taking
invaders
100%
conquered the
chance.
world in roughly billions of humans perished.
You see this?
Huh. Interesting.
Are you not paying attention to things around?
Contact!
Clear.
We found Verge. Also...
Verge?
I don't remember him having
What took you
those
so long?
abilities.
Had to unpack
Actually.
a breaching charge.
Good man.
Not exactly.
You know what I mean.
I always do.
So creepy. Don't ever change.
I like Verge.
Verge, form up. Any hostiles in the next room?
Yes.
I can feel them.
He can feel them with his mind. But yeah, I like Verge. So, multiple breach points and other things. So, some encounters will offer more than one breach point with different risks and benefits. Consider a web to split the squad or send them all through the same location. Agents entering from the same breach point will enter the encounter together and be closer in timeline. The order of the breach points enter is shown next to their name and can be changed with the arrow. So basically, I forgot about this. We can switch that. I don't think I did that in my playthrough. I forgot about that. Then we steal +1 dirt. Oof. Well, that's not per god mode though. She's already taken a few shots. Ah, there we go. Zero does +3 damage during the breach. Ah, I'm fine with that.
Breach! Breach! Breach!
Stay behind me.
So alert. Yeah, take him out. Can you take him out too? Nah, 78% chance. Response level aggressive. Aggressive targets will just shoot you if they aren't neutralized during the breach. So you should probably take them out. Alert enemies basically mostly hunker down, sometimes overwatch if they're not taken out. 53% chance, eh. Or take out that trooper. So now then we finally get access to our abilities. Each agent has a unique ability, which makes everything complicated, because we can't have just, you know, or knowledge of XCOM enemy within skills, or knowledge of XCOM 2 skills. Now we have to factor in each character is unique. Godmother is probably the closest related to a shotgun assault. Verge's psionic would it be not exactly psionic support, it's more psionic control? Yeah, so anti-buffer basically. Cherub is basically a shield tank. That's what you guys going for. Terminal is our medic, and Terminal also has access to some of the better abilities for manipulating the timeline, which is actually probably more useful than most things. And Agent has a unique ability they can use every turn. Eventually gain more abilities from the class and equipment. Most agents also have Subdue, which fucking sucks. And non-lethal attack has low damage, but it's guaranteed to hit at least. But yeah, that low damage. You can use it to earn additional rewards. Also, Cherub uses charge bash ability instead of Subdue, which technically makes Cherub's Subdue ability actually a lot better, if done right. He has to build up charges and connect shields breaking, but yeah, it can become a lot better. Subdue, yeah, the problem with Subdue is this. You have 2 to 3 damage. I mentioned this before, didn't I? Yes. Which basically pisses me the fuck off, because I have to do this. We have to basically save state, because we might just do 2 damage and waste the turn. So yeah. It's out play. It fucking sucks. I can't buff it until I get tactical frames. Which I don't think is something I can just buy from the supply thing. I think I have to get from the scavenger market or something, or from rewards. Which is unfortunate, because I really wish I had just a bunch of tactical frames to make things easier. And then the camera does this. But yeah. So now we do this again. Might take a few attempts.
Arrested the target.
See, that's all I wanted to do. Could have done that the first time. And then here's the fun part. I have to do this again. I know, right?
But a growing resistance defied as
Makes me sad. I could have used his abilities, though. Stupid battle matches, but yeah.
Hostile is under arrest.
I actually made his charge badge better.
I
so he
made
could
the
just-
arrest.
So he could just subdue people. I don't know what subdues under to modify
Set up the
stats.
breaching charge.
I do like to make an entrance.
Like, I don't know what subdue is classed as under things, so I can change its stats, and that bothers me. Anyway, some breaching points can only be accessed with spatial criminal abilities. Once agents required assets in the first slot, orange can then be assigned. So yeah, breaching charge. All non-aggressive enemies in the going this entrance are surprised. Some of you have your ability, no you don't. Which means none of them will be alert or aggressive.
Wait, hold. Hostage confirmed in the next room.
And we're
We
blowing up
need
the
more
wall.
than that.
3-1 PD has a live feed. Patching through.
If you
Well, let's not blow
surrender,
up the
I will
hostage.
advocate leniency.
Enough. This exhibit, it is about XCOM's role in our liberation.
I see you read the placard.
It doesn't say how they went soft and got weak. Now, it's up to us to light the spark.
He's holding a detonator.
Go,
Oh, no.
now!
Making a path.
Yeah, sure, let's go start with the guy with the detonator. That makes the most sense. I thought you said they wouldn't be, they'd all be surprised. Those guys are alert. Problem though, it's just basically pick your target. There we go. Well, that should leave what? One left, two left?
Mirror Nightingale, I'll protect you.
Good for you, Joe.
Liquidating.
Sheriff is down.
Terminal, stabilize him.
I'm sorry,
it.
he did 10
Verge,
damage.
with me. Protect the mayor.
I'm
Confirm.
pretty sure that was, you know, I'm pretty sure that was a scripted shot. Because otherwise that would be a bit bullshit how he did 10 damage, though. Agents that lose all their HP will begin bleeding out over several turns, indicate by the number of the timer of the mission will fail unless the agent bleeding out save for the stabilized barrier of the encounter is complete before the timer expires. So we have to use stabilize. Not safeguard, stabilize. So Gremlin goes over here and here. Sadly, he's still unconscious. You.
Let's get your
Let's get you
insides
healed
back
back up.
inside.
Thanks.
I think the first time I did this, yeah, they shot the frickin' mayor. Which is their questionable. This is a hardliner, eh? We could go try to subdue this guy. Is that seriously considered cover? How? Hi. Apparently this is considered cover. Well, here's the thing, yeah, because I modified things a bit too much, we should be able to take them out. Is
Target
that.
down.
How did you manage that?
Got a shotgun to the face. Turns out it works super well when modified. And then we can do this. So we can... welcome to one of the glitch... Here's my... I have real problems with this game, besides stuff I try to fix. The problem though is, see this. You click on people to select them, right? The problem though is, you also click down here on abilities. But clicking on the ability when there's a person where your abilities are, it selects them. It doesn't select the ability. It's very irritating like that. But I can't even select Verge right now. Probably because I selected her ability. But yeah, it's very irritating. There's also some issues with graphical things, like windows don't break. Enemies, let's see. going to evac points since the player, the character, glitching through the map at times. Lots of graphical glitching through the map at times, thanks. Anyway, I did it again. Fucking hell. Okay, 2. Super Hill.
Give me your mind.
So now he's stunned for 2 turns, which means if he's stunned for 1 turn, it means once it's his turn, he's still just gonna pop back up and attack. Because remember, they get 2 turns. That basically freezes their first action, which means they can still pop up and shoot you in the second turn. However, when they're stunned for 2 turns, that removes, you know, both the move and the shoot. Basically. Anyway.
One less hostile.
I sure stunned him. Sure
Good.
stunned him.
Cherub, are you still with us?
Yeah, I think so. Only thing injured is my pride.
And your diaphragm. And a few ribs.
None of this should have happened.
Most people say thank you.
I'm grateful, of course. But these people don't have the capability for any of this.
Explain.
I read their threat assessment. A month ago, these insurgents were all talk
someone
and no
must be fronting
capability.
them.
The greatest threat they posed was to bottles of alcohol.
Why tell us? Why now?
City 31 shows the world how humans, hybrids, and aliens can keep a lasting peace.
Someone wanted to destroy
I'm the
that
public face of this. Tonight, someone wanted what I represent to go up in flames.
We're not in town for local intrigue.
I know, but right now you're the only ones I'm certain are fighting for that same peace. Can I count on your support?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Joe, gravely wounded. So yeah, we gained intel. We also enemies killed, enemies captured, civilians rescued. Rounds, very good. It's only very good because of those wounds. Back to base, we're going to need to debrief.
Package delivered to 31 PD.
The mayor.
She truly believes what she says.
That's why she's in charge.
Not too shabby for our first official mission.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Celebrate before a mission is complete. It's
bad luck.
Well, that's bad. We're probably going to get blamed for that. Probably going to get that.
Tonight, Mayor Nightingale perished in an explosion at City 31's Memorial Museum. The identity of her assailants is unknown at this time. The City Council asks citizens to remain...
So she gets vaporized the same day XCOM sends Chimera Squad to our city? You hear that voice in your head? That's me telling you to wake up!
Despite opposition, Mayor Nightingale's deciding vote brought the Reclamation Agency to the city. Without her support, Chimera Squad's continued presence is an open question.
Welcome home, Chimera Squad. The director wants to speak with us.
thanks for getting the mayor killed. Also, you're fired.
That's not helpful.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I'll patch the call through when you're ready.
I followed your action at the museum and its aftermath.
Director Kelly, I take full responsibility for what happened.
Stop. I sent you to City 31 because I believed you were ready. Tonight, you surpassed my expectations.
Tell the mayor went boo.
3-1 PD requested help within 3 hours of your arrival in the city. You answered immediately. Going in, you were under-equipped and down an agent. You adapted, as we trained you to do. And let's not forget, you rescued the mayor. You delivered her to safety as the city requested. Don't blame yourself for an outcome you couldn't control. Instead, let's focus on what's next.
I set up the map table. Ready when you are.
Head over there. I'll hold.
Tutorial. There's a critical target waiting on the city map. So now we go to the city map.
Welcome to City 31. During Advent's occupation, the city was a fortress supporting an active starport. 5 years after XCOM won the war, it's home to aliens, hybrids, and humans alike. There's new industry, self-government, and local agriculture to support the varied populations. Against all odds, this city thrived after the war. There were no retributive attacks.
Until tonight.
We don't know that. Not yet. But we can find out. 3-1 PD requested our help sifting through evidence at the Memorial Museum. They lost good officers today. Give them what they need and see what we can learn.
So welcome to tutorials. The map is where we see the stats of City 31 and any current targets we consider our squad to respond to. Chimera Squad can respond to 1 target per day, and after which the day armor advances. So about this right here is basically what is it? It's a situation. Basically, situations are you just skip a day. Basically, you might get some rewards for it, but you basically just skip the day. For example, yeah, we send the APC, the day advances. Don't weekend, aid, 3-1 PD, Commissioner Mala passed along her thanks for helping her officers spare the way of this attack. So it's a Thursday. Then we get paid on Friday.
Your work with 3-1 PD opened a few doors. Here's what we know. A crude plasma bomb killed the mayor. The insurgents had no access to materials for that.
Has plasma?
Does that mean they had outside help?
Most likely. There are 3 groups in City 31 with access to this kind of ordnance.
Why do they have plasma bombs? So here's where we begin the decisions. Oh boy. Okay. So, the progeny. A loose network of human scions. The foundation for City 31's future is entirely psionic, whether the city wants it or not. Basically, a bunch of people who have the psionic gift and want everyone to have the psionic gift. With Grey Phoenix, an organization of alien scavengers, they have quietly amassed the kind of weaponry reclamation is mandated to recover. So basically, a bunch of aliens that decide, hey, we want our plasma weapons back. That's probably bad. They only have the one I did last time. Sacred Coil. An underground religious movement for hybrids. They preach salvation, but only to those who once fought XCOM. Basically, a bunch of Advent supporters with access to potential chrysalids and other horrible shit. Yeah, we're going to do Sacred Coil again, just so I can get revenge on those fucks.
Sacred Coil is what happens when former Advent officers find religion, or create one. They claim to be the true path for City 31's hybrids, as long as that path involves armed sedition.
Director, these are local criminals. Isn't that 3-1 PD's jurisdiction?
True. The Reclamation Agency supports local police, but we're also required to recover dangerous material.
From those who would do the world harm, and each of those groups is neck deep in the stuff. So what next?
Focus on a single group. Investigate, dismantle their operations, and take them down.
Meanwhile, we look for any links to the mayor's death. Either way, a dangerous organization is off the streets.
Pretty much.
Exactly. The city wants justice for Mayor Nightingale. This is how we help them achieve it.
So, every investigation has 3 steps groundwork for this. First mission, learn about the fashion and methods, operations, hidden missions that must be revealed, then complete to knock out the fascist's main plans. The problem with operations is they take X amount of days. Like, for example, it will take a week. The problem, though, is every day the district's unrest goes up 1. And the problem, though, is you can't really go low the district unrest because the operation's hidden. You can't go to that one, low the unrest. So it goes up 1. Then eventually, oh, the district's at 5, and then City Anarchy goes up. And then you're waiting for the operation to finally get there so you can hopefully lower it. But yeah, you have to take it on the very end, which you stop that final attack and end the threat to City 31. So anyway, we need to investigate Sacred Coil. We know they're an underground religious movement for hybrids. But yeah. I guess just let a new agent enter the squad. Anyway, assembly.
Check it out.
Welcome to
Headquarters
this
sent us an assembly. And with the right patterns, we can build anything. Or we could with the latest version. What you're looking at is the extremely finicky
Okay,
2038 model.
defective
It'll take time to stress
3D
test our
printer.
patterns. But once we have them, we're good to go.
So assembly projects are how you get access to new or better items and equipment. Each project can unlock new items for XCOM supply. They take X amount of days. You can advance the assembly project at a time which takes multiple days to complete and usually costs resources such as Delirium. You can assign an agent to speed things up. However, they would then be unavailable for missions or situations. So anyway, there was 1 resource reclamation requires essentially a complete project in assembly. So for example, we need to get Android personnel for some reason. Construct the Android OPS hub. This network allows us to use Androids. Basically, if someone falls down, you can bring in an Android. Anyway, let's begin. It's gonna take us apparently 2 days. Unless we assign someone to this. But we don't need to assign someone to this yet. Can I go get people yet? Yes, no, maybe. To the armory. The armory is where you manage your agents. Loadout, manage weapons, armor, and other items, agent abilities, agent. You can look at that. You can learn more about them. You can tint their armor. Fun times. More slots become available. Load up by complete assembly projects and all that fun stuff.
The director convinced the city council we're too understaffed to be effective. This
Oh,
means we can
shit.
bring more agents to City 31. It's not the whole squad, not yet, but it's something.
Okay, so here is the thing. All 3 of these are good to have. Adsum's good if you want to go smash things. Blue Blood's good because Deadeye. And Torg is probably one of the best ones just because bind. Torg can pull enemies to them and bind them. Disables them completely. Unless they get shot. But then they can, through methods, be allowed to just rebind them. I think I have to go with Atsum though. I think I have to. We got to look at the biographies. So, Atsum, born and trained on an invasion transport ship. At 2015 invasion, basically XCOM enemy with an unknown. Having participated in the invasion, were part of the first wave into Paris, 21 years old. During the occupation, said it's kind of a conversion to mutant viruses with human genetic materials. That's why he has the mouth thingy, though. And sort of the eyes. After retraining certain various admin city centers, that's high threat target security, transferred to C-31 provided security at the Star Point Central Tower. So, during the whole XCOM 2 thing, Evan surrendered. He was instrumental in stopping a grisly outbreak in the Fringe. At 41 years old. Detention of a bridge due to his role in ending the Bugtown Massacre. Joined the Reclamation Agency as XCOM's request. His ability to lead by samples a boon to you, Chimera Squad. Blue Blood. United States of America. Ontario teacher and 3rd generation police officer. During that, fled initial tactical response for eventually sent to a relocation camp at 9 years old. Relocated to C-31 with his family, apprenticed with his father's private detective agency, solving issues for undeserved portion of the city. Underserved portions. So gained a professional reputation, learned the basis of investigative work. Smoked tons of people out of C-31 who advocated labor dissidents, or some who were actual resistance members trying to eat 9 years old. Joined 31 PD in its inception and served with distinction, left that for the Reclamation Agent with blessing former 31 PD Commissioner Markham, deceased, investigate backgrounds that asset to basically he's a detective with a frickin' pistol skills, which are really good. I remember Death Heaven liking him. And then there's Torg. Torg is... yeah. Overall Origin, Siberia, hatched at a new Arctic facility in 2020. So they weren't even around for the whole 2015 war. Test Advent learned to do target and track down undesirable elements. Hunted down resistance groups, had to be fought resistance forces, and that's come for the war's duration. Offer to serve as opposing force training for Polish ESCOM soldiers and trained because, in other words, detention is boring, this way can still fight ESCOM. Placed under the direct supervision of Colonel Carey, with whom she formed an unexpected bond. Crystal transfer after Colonel Carey's promotion to director of the ESCOM Reclamation Agency, assigned to Khmer Squad with the director's approval. So yeah, this one just wanted to keep fighting ESCOM, but then decided, I'll go join the Reclamation Agency anyway. But yeah, we're taking at him. Hopefully we can get these two later on. I think you can have up to 4 other candidates. So yeah, we have like 3 more chances, I think.
Whisper, there's a problem.
Axiom, welcome. What's wrong?
I, noticed someone took the biggest locker.
Yep, that was me. I knew you'd get here eventually and grabbed it so no one else would. Don't worry, I'll move my stuff.
Yeah, that's the problem. I already did. Violently.
Didn't you see the note?
Yeah, afterward. I'll replace what I can.
Rage issues. Which is part of his build, actually. Because his whole thing is he rages. Well, no, he psychs up to increase his rage chance, and to increase his chance of applying debuffs to enemies when he smashes them. It's a thing. Also, agents are on SPR missions which lead to promotions. Each new rank provides increased stats and some unlock new abilities and new training programs. Certain levels have a chance between 2 abilities and decide which one you want. But yeah. So that's the thing. Anyway, we're also going to hit everyone's armor. The problem though is we don't really have a pink. The best we could do is purple. 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 Oh, I could just have done that, couldn't I? So here's the thing, let's read about everyone else. So Godmother, France. National Technical Police Officer with a few years experience. Went to ground after the fall of Paris, spent fruitless years searching for a family, 23 years old. Provided operational training for the nascent European resistance groups, strongly advised against direct resistance, which she learned by overwhelming reprisal raids. Came with ESCOM prior during its learner years. Remained a friendly asset as the organization rebuilt itself in 2032. She developed a formalized tactical training program to screen ESCOM recruits. Field Alliance and Central Resistance Group supporting ESCOM, 43 years old. Modified ESCOM recruit training program which suits the needs of the Reclamation Agency. Joint Command Code. Proficiently to ensure fair ready status. From China, Terminal. Only child of a factory worker in Kirk. Parents died in the initial invasion. Her uncle fled with her to a relocation camp at 4 years old. Her uncle died of disease. She was effectively adopted by a doctor who lost her only daughter to the invasion. Transferred to her adopted mother to a small town in the outskirts, began apprenticing in her adopted mother's medical office. After punitive had been attack wiped out her town, a resistance group pulled her from the rubble and brought her to safety. She exhibited a severe shift in personality. Got mad for her resistance group, exhibited absolute fearlessness, and saved hundreds of lives. Initially rejected for the Reclamation Agency, but requested regular psionic probes to prove she is fit to serve. Assigned to Command Squad, probationary period. Cherub, Estonia. Cherub belonged to the empty cohort, a bunch of hyper-clones were full. Advert training, but no advert indoctrination. Most from his clones, Krish. Immediately befriended 2 ESCOM soldiers, 0 years old, 18 physically. Transferred to detention and center social testing. We feel no advert sympathies despite being part of the Bellis Moore clone line. Released from detention and recommends a test case for XCOM utilizing the skill of the empty cohort. Transferred to the Reclamation Agency after proving his capability of crash replacement income air squad at first opportunity. Reclamation HQ has observed his enthusiasm and improved the morale of the squad on multiple occasions. And then we have Verge. Siren support for an infiltration unit of Thin Men. So he was probably basically just one of those insectoids about this high that was sent with a bunch of Thin Men on one of those missions. Admiral reward to subvert human governments, experimental with delicate long-term mental control of human subjects at 15 years old. Or is that less than 15 years old? Some of the long-term control of an influential human who could keep the population docile, comprehensive, or reassuring answers to their questions about aliens. So that has a candidate for conversion to saturated appearance with human genetic materials. Basically, that's why he's this, instead of this. For conversion, there was signs of empathy toward the human populace, cried the anti-temporal president. So basically, we infused him with human DNA, and then he gained empathy. It was like, maybe we shouldn't murder all these humans and turn them into genetic paste. Gersimo actively joined aiding resistance groups in XCOM. 35 years old. Spent time in detention, Capito XCOM, and realized his role in the war. Agreed to Reclamation Agency transfer to carry approved his mission to Khmer Squad, and now he has a Verge. Though there was a critical combat target, which they want us to go investigate this. This is a critical mission, which means we sort of have to do this. Crash 1 through resources you need to use to buy. We also need to gain intel, which technically we have intel, it's just not up there yet. I think I'll do maybe a couple more missions and then end the video. Whisper here, I'll keep you updated on the entries going on attention. Speaking of which, secret cards ready in the storage facility that holds Advent error contraband. We can probably prevent that. Also, special pack credits. Not really that many credits, but we should probably do this. So here's the thing, one or more agents is unactive right now. AKA Batsim. Should probably assign Atsim to this right now. Well, actually, we probably going to assign Godma for him. And probably going to bring Atsim along. Just cause. Okay, 10 days.
We are not the police. If you see a theft, call it into 3-1 PD and move on.
Nice.
But there is one notable exception. Hostile forces carrying dangerous contraband may attempt to flee the scene. Don't let them escape.
At least we start with a breaching charge. So, God. Upon those, there's a keypad door, which might require access card.
Our temporary field office has all the basics. Weapons, comms, and ammunition. Supply is where we request everything else. And as long as it's in the squad's budget, it's ours.
Buy a couple of med kits. But yeah, usually these cost 50. Made them cheaper. These all cost 50, these cost like 75 or something stupid. We could technically take trank rounds on everyone to ensure we keep our intel coming in. But we don't even have a regular grenade. I think I'm going to take. Do I need the +5 rank? Yeah, you want fuck it. We only have 4 people that can go on each mission. You can't make. I don't think you can make that larger. So 4 is fine. Means everyone gets one of those. No armor. Okay. Back to the thing. No. 3. Which means all of you gain access to tracer rounds. Wait, they were utility item? I thought they were an upgrade for the weapons. Oof. Okay. Well, fine. Maybe not all of you gain tracer rounds. Well, at least until I get more slots for things. You need that. But I don't mind you of another med kit, though. And there we go. I'm fine with that. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, usually those things cost like $75 each. But I said this was going to be a cheated playthrough because I got pissed off dealing with it, legit. So yeah.
Earlier this week, a security camera spotted Sacred Coil flunkies sniffing around this warehouse.
So, first unit through this interest has +3 damage. First unit through this interest gets +1 armor. Okay. Units automatically activate or watch after the breach. Last unit through this interest automatically activates or watch after the breach. I mean, none of these are bad. So, yeah.
Follow me.
Rar. Oh, I probably should change the origin, shouldn't I have? So no one's panicking. I'll take it.
I'll shoot anything that moves.
It's once per mission, an agent can be moved on the timeline so they can take the next turn. This varies shared by the entire squad. Note, once per mission. Which makes it complicated. Preparation grants a defensive bonus and moves the agent in its next turn over in the timeline. Use it when agents caught in a dangerous situation or to coordinate tactics. Forgot about using that to move them up the timeline. Certainly, add some games rage by using Psych Up or by taking damage. High rage increases the chance of disabling enemies with actions and melee attacks. Bonus increases the chance of that to go in pursuit. The base group adds some increase with rage. High rage increases the chance of applying disabling attacks. The base group
Wired up.
He gets pissed off and then he runs up and he punches shit.
Hopping over.
Seriously? Yeah, he does that.
Hostile killed.
I should have subdued. Oh well.
Sacred Coil stole specialized mech parts.
Oh god.
The kind you can't easily replicate.
That's no good. We can't let them get away.
Bad. So anyway, surprise shots on enemies during breach with stun. Defense. Let's just send that to let's just send everything we're gonna hit through here.
Keep behind me.
Oh. Yep, see, there's where some of that glitching comes. Okay, so less chance on those. I still want to take out one of the learned ones. If possible. Yeah, I'm just making it look easy, ain't I? Won't they all die during the breach? Mine made a bit too. By the way, Severians, don't let them die. It could be bad. Just also subduing androids? Yeah, no, you don't need to subdue androids.
Who wants some?
Add more rage. Go punch the android. We missed.
How did I miss that?
Well, then he got pissed off.
Crashing the party.
Sacred Coil is on the run. Don't lose them in the warehouse.
They're making this look way too easy, even with my editing. And now, here we get to the negatives. Well, that's a positive, actually. Let's see.
Follow me.
Guard. No guard. So basically, he's gonna shoot us. Was gonna shoot us.
That's the target.
They're basically gonna try to run over though. We aren't supposed to let them get though.
Ready for action.
I'm sure I can get to a good place. Is this a good place? Oh well, we are technically flanking him, so yes. Didn't like going a bit too easy. We've only
Hostile isn't moving.
And no reinforcements or anything. Yeah, okay, I'll take it. Flawless. Yeah, we might have made it a bit too easy. Just a bit. But don't worry, you'll get harder once the enemies have more health. Which is why we're going to counteract them, having more health by getting out upgrades as soon as possible. But yeah. Yeah, we got Android personnel. They will maintain your agency. Jane, what are you thinking? Where's our greatest existential threat? There is return. They do. Who we need to fight them off? Everyone. I've seen the projections. Do you really think the commander will go for this? The commander's always seen the bigger picture. Yeah, the commander. How's he doing? Out of 55 credits.
If Sacred Coil went after mechs, they need soldiers. But for what army? They were underground until Mayor Nightingale's election drove them to the surface. Their hatred for her gave them motive. Find out if Sacred Coil had the means to carry out an assassination.
So, Sacred Coil's interest in gene therapy is no secret. Reclamation believes they engage in full-blown genetic experimentation. It's a rumor to spook her, not to shut them down before they concoct a brand new horror show.
An emergency session of the City Council voted 5-4 against a citywide curfew. Councilor Parada spoke for the majority.
There is no need for such extreme measures.
Do we really trust
Mayor Nightingale's death is a tragedy, but to shut down the city due to fear would reject the very principles by which she lived.
3-1 PD remains on high alert throughout City 31. Commissioner Maloof released the following statement.
Every 3-1 PD officer grieves for Mayor Nightingale. Rest assured, we will bring those responsible to justice.
We'll keep you informed of any developments. This is Celio Dash with Channel 37.
So you construct an android unit. These versatile soldiers are valuable backup to your main squad agents. On a mission where one of your agents is evacuated, and they can typically take place for the remaining encounters. So, we can technically upgrade them with vision, processors, chassis, motors. But to be fair, we're probably not even really going to use these things. Though we will paint it. We could technically do this. We could change him to a shotgun instead of a submachine gun. But yeah, he's just going to sit though till we need him. Yeah, so now he has access to the spec.
I'm authorizing Chimera Squad for special operations. Some ops provide useful resources for the squad. Keep an eye out for these opportunities.
Basically, you can send people to go do stuff. They improve unrest, gain resources, or reward temporary advantages on missions. So basically, yeah, decide do we want. Oh no. I'm seeing a problem now. Am I seeing a problem here? I might be seeing a problem now. Is that negative? Oh no. I need someone to go test this. 2 days, huh? Yeah, Android. So modular weapons, modular armor. I would prefer the armor to begin. The problem though is we don't have anyone to assign to it, so it still can at least be done without someone assigned to it, thankfully. In the meantime, mission type, so investigation, which is the purple stuff. Usually these things take a while and I can't do anything on them. The side stuff would be the yellow. They're optional, but they provide value rewards. They also have unrest that constantly rises. Emergency these appear red, showing up in districts with unrest problems.
Sacred Coil's interest in gene therapy is no secret. Reclamation believes they're engaged in full-blown genetic experimentation. If it's a rumor, disprove it. If not, shut them down before they concoct a brand new horror show.
Oh, I can investigate Jeanette's lab here? I thought the mission was, well, this one, hell. What's this do?
Chimera Squad. I'm Commissioner Maloof of 31PD. To be blunt, I don't give a chrysalid's ass about the politics. I'm glad you're in the city. 31PD was stretched thin before the mayor's death. There are gaps to fill, and that's where you come in. And your agents can handle a situation better than my officers. I'll send the details your way. If the city council has a problem with that, I'll take the heat. They can't afford to fire me. I look forward to working with you.
So basically we can get targeting systems. Which one would be the worst? We could go here, get some malaria. Wouldn't be the worst. We go investigate the Jeanette's lab. Days towards operation we go, and credits. We probably should go investigate that Jeanette's lab. Which I'll probably do in the next video. Okay, well, I want to say that, but I think I'm actually going to go do this. I want to advance this whole 2-day thing and figure out what the hell is going on with that potential negative to my Illyrium. So far, the places to have a secret lab on the side of the bugged out massacres lower to start my list. Sacred Core thought, or the squad gets to find out what they're making in the sewers. Well, that's going fast.
Sometimes we need to infiltrate hostile territory. This usually means we're after important contraband. Grab the contraband and get out. Do not stick around.
There shouldn't be too something. It's something about reduce that gives you 2 action points. It's like, wait, what? How do I get those?
Sacred Coil has a genetic lab in the sewers. Find out what they're making and bring it back.
Pushing through this eminence guarantee the land thou shot. Well, let's go wrong.
Keep behind me.
Aren't you supposed to go wrong? Or is it berserking? The only thing we can really shoot is this turret, okay. That's it. So we need to get...
Eyes on the target.
God, that's a
grab it and go!
I don't want to touch it. God, I'm making chrysalids. Oh god, we're doomed. Okay, so 85, 70.
Ready for action.
Let's go run up and smash from the face. That'll be great. As far as the android's gonna get. Oh god, I see you.
Popping over.
Oh, and we got pissed off and decided to go try to avoid with the crystal.
Off target.
Failed.
The next one will hit.
The droid priming himself to blow up.
Incompetent.
Each time damage is blocked with Kinetic Shield, Cherub gains a charge. Higher charge increases the damage of charge bash and makes it do damage in the cone or area behind the target. But I forgot about the cone or area behind the target. But yeah, Kinetic Shield basically means I can do this. Congrats, Atom's now protected for a turn. Just in case we don't murder that thing. %, chance on everything. Oh god. Well, you know what we have to do. Shoot that thing.
Hostile is gone.
Oh yeah, he has a pistol, that's why. I think I made pistols a bit overpowered without aim chance. Just a lot. Do I get better aim, hell? Yeah, hey. Ooh, that armor. As for Verge successful cast do for Batman, as the enemies added to Verge's neural network, which just gives him more aim and other things, potentially later on. So anyway, I can take out the android.
Another hostile down.
Good hit.
That's on. Oh no. There's more chrysalids. Oh god. There's still more chrysalids. But I'd be freaking out too. Well, the problem is I need you over there. Okay, can you boop it? Yeah, you can boop it. Got the chrysalids now. Now we need to go all the way back, which thankfully most everyone's... Alright, back. See, here's an example of the BS I don't like about it. Like, congrats, you got the thing. Oh well, here's 3 chrysalids. On your first mission, on your, well, third actual mission. Just held a bunch of, at least though, baby chrysalids that don't have full health, but still, that's a bit rude. Don't you think? Just a bit rude.
Okay, I'm moving.
Swift and steady.
Now I shoot the chrysalid.
Target down. Don't see movement.
Damn!
You can't just get out of here, so yeah, that's unfortunate. Verge is freaking the balls out. Understandably so. Remove that one's turn.
Take that!
We could battle manners or stew for it. But we could also just murder the thing. And then there's more. Welcome to why I have a problem with this game. This is why we modified shit. They pulled this shit a lot. It's not fun. I don't know who thought this was good. Because it doesn't even say reinforcement, they just keep popping out that. Yeah, it's one of my main issues with it. It's like, okay, so you get a mission where you need to escape. Problem though is, you can't do enough damage to most enemies. So the enemies just keep popping up. And then they keep attacking you as you're trying to escape. It's bad.
That's it. You're done.
So yeah. freaking chrysalid. Just, oh, don't know what happened now.
On the way. Tag the hostile.
Yeah, evac gets a bit weird because they go outside the map at times. But yeah, at least we finally got a turn to just get out of the map without chrysalids spawning. And that was what, five chrysalids? 6 chrysalids? Not great. Anyway. Yeah, at least the missions are going to go a lot faster this way. I don't think I did that mission last time. I think I was doing with other stuff. And then the mission disappeared and I couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, plus 2 days total operation bill. Money. And then unrest. Because you didn't do those ones. But that mask was more than just the fuck our phone. Last gas for Advent Remnant just which we contain power. We're to move our suicide pact with 1 clear message. We can't have City 31. Only the insets will. Oh, now we have training.
Spontaneous vigils broke out in honor of Mayor Nightingale, whose recent death still roils City 31. Thousands of citizens wish to pay their respects to our city's first freely elected mayor, said one attendee.
She got it, you know? It wasn't about making things better for me and mine. Hybrid, alien, human, she did her best for all of us.
The city council voted unanimously to hold elections within the month. Councilor Parada released the following statement.
Mayor Nightingale once said, "Governance does not need popular approval, but it requires the people's consent."
Celio Dash reporting for Channel 37.
Okay, so now we have training.
When you aren't on mission, you need to maintain your skills, physical and mental. Training is the place to do it. It's also where you can adapt to any lasting wounds received in the field. So don't let those wounds linger. You'll pay for them in the long term.
Trains to the solo agents and lights backups each agent has their own list of training programs they can do, including hearing scores, improving stats, and even adding new abilities. It's basically at the first point where you will only get basic edition, which increases HP by 2, so it's not the worst, and it'll take 1 day for each person. But we don't have any spare slots to send anyone though yet. But we have promotions.
I'm sure you already know your way around the armory. Each of you has a locker here. But it's also where we announce field promotions, which I'm doing now.
Promotions.
Really? Who? Wait, you mean me?
Congratulations. I realize now there should have been a cake.
So, promotions. But yeah, as I mentioned, pistol. 50% aim. I might have made that bit too high. So, most deputy agent abilities are for breaching. For example, promotion rating to the agents and life valence. Enemies focus the fire and show up annoying over as communes of the streets. So basically, if a unit's aggressive, you can use this to make it so they attack him. Rank duty agent, deputy agent. Refresh. The Gremlin heals all enemies at the breach point for 2 HP. 1 use per mission. So yeah, like for example this, if you chose the full heal per encounters, sort of makes this ability not useful. Levitation. The first list of enemies to every move no cover bonuses during the breach. It also cancels out the alert or aggressive enemy behavior. So basically, you just you put them basically on surprised. Or you could just levitate them and then shoot them. That's the thing too. And then, oh yeah, that's why he wasn't doing that. I forgot he doesn't have battering ram yet. So now, Atom bursts through a door or breach point with a chance to pant nearby enemies. Pant chance increases with how much he is pissed off. Anyway, can I just go advance things? That'd be great. So I can track alloy thieves, Illyrium. To locate missing informants. That's one of the informants got missing. Send the APC because I want to see what happens. Yes, I found today. Okay, I did get Illyrium. It wasn't negative. I had to make sure. The unrest in Switchfoot has risen to 2. Problem though is I can't really do anything about that yet.
Today, the City Council appointed Councilor Parada as deputy mayor until the upcoming elections. Councilor Vorthu expressed his displeasure after the session.
He opposed the bulk of Mayor Nightingale's policies. A new title won't change that.
The deputy mayor responded.
This is a trying time for us all. My goal is to keep the lights on until we elect a new mayor. No more, no less.
More as the story develops. This is Celio Dash for Channel 37.
So we got modular armor. Yay. Could get breach explosives, tempting, enhanced armor. Oh, so tempting. But let's begin work on modular weapons. Yes. Go back to Spec Ops. And do stuff though. Like more intel. More intel wouldn't be the worst. Go to do this. We're going to switch out Atsum for Godmother and send Atsum to get 2 HP for a day. Yay. Because I switched it to 2 days instead of 3 days. Because 3 days is a long time technically in this. To be gone from doing anything. So that's why she'll go back and potentially gain her ability from this mission, from the next mission. Which I think I'll do that one because, oh, here's the thing, advanced stock. I forget what stock does. I think it's your missed shots will still hit, which is I'd rather have that extra padding and more intel. But anyway, that's for next time. Definitely could use more people.
We can get a sweet deal on combat-grade androids. I know. Everyone hates them.
So yeah, we can buy more androids if we really want to. I don't think I changed the price on androids, so they're expensive. Did I change the price on some of these? I think I changed the price on these, maybe not these ones, yeah. Extra padding. Only grants 1 HP to agent. So maybe extra padding's not worth. 30 dodge, Gains adaptive. That's not bad. But it's also very situational. It's more useful for, Torque just has that, basically. I'll buy 1. Just cause. And you know what? Congratulations, Shope. You can go to events for some reason. Well, actually, that's a bad idea because you also have my breaching charge. You have my key thing. You're on Verge! Verge! You get to go to the events. Huzzah! Okay. So, yeah, next time. Oh. Yeah, some of my old missions too. Before I made the changes. I made it up to day 26 on Act 1. There we go. Our new save. So yeah. Overall, I'm enjoyed despite the whole increased stats and everything. I'm probably gonna go change the pistol to not have aim at 50%. I thought it would be useful since I forgot pistols are still pretty decently good at this early on. They are still one-shotting things. It's not doing like less damage. But yeah.